All right. Turn the mic up a little bit over there, please.
Number one.
Yes. All right, my check. All right, it's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. It is Monday, the history breakdown class, where we break it down line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little, using the external references to back up and support internally what's in the Bible. We've been in a deep dive in Genesis, dealing with Joseph, man, and all of his tests and trials, and the boy had been through the ringer, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if people talk a lot about if you need inspiration when you go through hard times, to read the book of Job. I tell them that's a good book, but I also tell them to read the story of Joseph. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's just like when you a kid, bro. You leave your mom and daddy house to go to college, and you start your adventure out in this world. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, you meet some familiars and unfamiliars. You know what I'm saying? You meet some friends and you make some foes. You know what I'm saying? You meet some women and you meet some pros. You know what I'm saying? And Joseph has encountered all of them. You know what I'm saying? He left his dad house, and really he left his dad house on instruction from his father, only for his brothers to try and play a bad joke on him. You know what I'm saying? And the joke ended up being on them, because what they wished actually happened. His brother ended up getting kidnapped, sold into slavery. Rose up, you know what I'm saying, in his master's house, you know what I'm saying. The wife ended up lying on him, you know what I'm saying, accusing him of rape. You know, the master throws him in prison. You know what I'm saying. He meet two dudes in prison. You know what I'm saying, some cellies. You know what I'm saying. Cellies telling cell stories. You feel me, man, bro. Man, I keep having this crazy dream, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, 1 ship, 2 ship, 3 ship, 4 ship. What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So, Joseph, ends up telling the butler, the chief baker, that he was gonna die in 3 days. He's gonna get, his head was gonna get ejectocito, and then the butler, he was gonna be back in the lap of luxury, no pressing wine for Pharaoh in no time. You know what I'm saying? So when they got out, they forgot about Joseph. You understand? And now this is where we are in the story. The butler, like Pharaoh, he's having this dream, about 7 thick cows, you know what I'm saying, and 7 skeleton cows, and the 7 skeleton cows end up eating the 7 fat cows, and they didn't get no bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, what the hell does that mean? You know what I'm saying? So the butler was like, man, bro, I forgot about my boy Joe. He told me to forget about him, man. Man, I forgot about my boy. See, Pharaoh, let me tell you, I got this homeboy. He back on D block. You know what I'm saying? And I had a dream. You know what I'm saying? And old boy, you know what I'm saying? He had a dream. And he told me that you was gonna. You know what I'm saying? And he told me that I was gonna be back in 3 days. And in 3 days, you gonna cut his head off. And Pharaoh was like, well, shoot, bring him in. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we are in the story. So where I want to start at. Let's go to pass it up. All right. Let's go. Let's start at 16, 41 and 16. And whoever Whoever got it, you can go ahead and see.
41 and 16.
Yeah, hold on. I just want to verify. Boom, 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 boom. Start at 14. And we just gonna back up a little bit and then press through.
Genesis chapter 41, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
Then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they brought him hastily out of the dungeon. And he shaved himself and changed his raiment and came in unto Pharaoh. Verse 15. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I have dreamed a dream, and there is none that can interpret it. And I have heard say of thee that thou canst understand a dream.
My bad. Jump down to 25. Yeah, so this is where Pharaoh tells him his dream, and now we're at where he's about to interpret. You know what I'm saying? All right, go ahead.
Genesis chapter 41, verse 25.
Yeah, this is where we stopped off at.
And Joseph said unto Pharaoh, the dream of Pharaoh is one.
Mm-hmm.
God hath shewed Pharaoh what he is about to do. The 7 good kine are 7 years, and the 7 good ears are 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
The dream is one. Verse 27. And the 7 thin and ill favorite kind that came up after them are 7 years, and the 7 empty ears blasted with the east wind shall be 7 years of famine. Verse 28. This is the thing which I have spoken unto Pharaoh. What God is about to do, he sheweth unto Pharaoh. Verse 29.
Now, understand this. Remember, Pharaoh went and got all of the people, all of the witches, all of the wizards, all of the warlocks, all of the tarot readers. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, that's anybody that's in touch with the spirit realm. Because remember, I told you, anything that's revealed to you in the spirit can only you can only get a revelation from a spirit, right? So he's like, okay, I need to know what spirit sent me this. You know what I'm saying? So Obatala, no. Yemiya, no. Krishna, no. Vishnu, no. Buddha, no. Man, bro, y'all normally the ones that's able to give me all the info. You know what I'm saying? And Joseph was like, no, this thing is a thing of the Lord, and only the Lord can reveal it to you. He was like, well, come on, prophet, tell me. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's in today's time, well, give me the good word, preacher. You know what I'm saying? Well, tell me what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And I'll do it. All right. So this is where we are. All right. Keep reading.
Verse 29. Behold, there come 7 years of great plenty throughout all the land of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 30. And there shall arise after them 7 years of famine, and all the plenty shall be forgotten in the land of Egypt, and the famine shall consume the land. Verse 31. And the plenty shall not be known.
Yakuba, give me Proverbs 6 and 6. Go ahead, keep reading.
And the plenty shall not be known in the land by reason of that famine following, for it shall be very grievous. Verse 32. And for that the dream was doubled unto Pharaoh twice. It is because the thing is established by God, and God will shortly bring it to pass.
Now, why is he saying God will surely bring it to pass? Anybody?
showed him something. Showing what's supposed to come.
All right, so for those that aren't in school, right? You know what I'm saying? That's out of school, that's been out of school for a while. How fast does 7 years roll up on you? Like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shoot, we already we about to roll into something in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? The year just started. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we in March. You know what I'm saying? It was just January, bro. Brother, I just got let go from Comcast. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So he's saying this thing will happen very quickly. You know what I'm saying? 7 years go by in a twinkling of an eye. Don't let you have kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, you gonna blink, they gonna go from goo goo gaga to like, hey man, I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Real quick. When you in grade school, it may extra mic just in case. When you in grade school, time may feel like molasses, brother. Outside of grade school, I promise you, it is on crack. You know what I'm saying? So he's letting them know like this thing, that don't drag your feet on it because the plague is coming, famine is coming. Keep reading.
Okay, verse 33.
Mm-hmm.
Now therefore, let Pharaoh look out a man discreet and wise, and set him over the land of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 34. Let Pharaoh do this, and let him appoint officers over the land, and take up the 5th part of the land of Egypt in the 7 plenteous years.
Now, understand this. In your life, your everything in this earth that's living revolves in the season, right? Like water goes from solid, liquid, gas back to water. You know what I'm saying? You have spring, summer, autumn, fall, winter. You know what I'm saying? You go from being a child to an adolescent, teenager, adult, old man, you die. You know what I'm saying? Everything that is created goes through seasons. You be on top of the world, you'll fall off. You know what I'm saying? You'll crawl out off the mud, you'll fall off, right? So one of the things that the Lord is teaching you is that it's not a matter of if something's going to happen. It's not a matter of if, it's when. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you should always prepare for a worst case scenario. So when that scenario happens, you good. You know what I'm saying? And if the scenario never happens, you still good because you prepared for it, right? You understand? Give me what I asked for. Go ahead, Sapar. You got something you want to add?
So, and it's so heavy that you bringing this out because we can look to the earth as an example.
Mm-hmm.
Earth has the seasons. It's a big circular season, and that's how the Most High designed our life to be. Season.
Brothers,
Right.
I mean, every the animal planet rotates off of seasons. Birds migrate based off of seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that you do is a pattern. It's based off a clock, whether you realize it or not. You do things ritualistically every day because it's your season. You know what I'm saying? And you go through the same ritual Monday through Sunday. You know what I'm saying? You may not realize. I promise you, if you got a woman in your life, she know you like a book. You know what I'm saying? She'd be able to tell you what you about to do before you about to do it, and vice versa, because everything revolves in seasons. All right. Give me what I asked for in Proverbs, Yakubah.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
How long with slack? Yes. How long wilt thou sleep, sluggard?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sluggard. Hold on, sir.
You got it?
When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 10. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands.
Because, like, you know, I mean, look, I'm going to tell you something. You know, like, sleep is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? To be able to lay your head down, you know what I'm saying? To be able to get sweet rest, you know, and peaceful rest, it's a blessing. But you can't do it to the point to where you're not productive. Because things are good now, but I guarantee you something is going to happen. It's not a matter of if, it's when. There's always a famine that's going to come because famines are necessary. Winter is it is necessary for old things to die in your life in order for you to grow, because if old things in your life don't die, you will become stagnant and complacent. Remember, Joseph started out up here, living the life of lap of luxury as a prince. You know what I'm saying? He in prison. He just got brought out the tombs, boy. He got brought out of solitary confinement. You know what I'm saying? To go before the president. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a matter of, and this is the thing, even in all of those situations, with his faith being tested, because remember, we pulled that scripture in Psalms. You know what I'm saying? That the word of the Lord tested him. You understand? Because the word of the Lord says, if I do this, you'll do this. If I don't do this, you'll do this. But Lord, I've been doing this. Why is this happening? You know what I'm saying? So when his time finally came, you gotta stay ready so you don't gotta get ready. Because what would have happened if during that time when the butler forgot about him, he's like, man, forget all this, man. Pass me the weed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Spark me up. You know what I'm saying? I'm apparently about to be in here for life. You know what I'm saying? And then what ends up happening is the Lord takes the spirit from you, and then Pharaoh called for you. You know, it's your time to stand up, and the spirit of the Lord is gone from you. Now you die. Because you didn't wasted the king's time. You and the butler about to die. You know what I'm saying? This is why it's important for you to stay 10 toes all the time. You prepare like winter is coming, even if it never does. You work like winter is coming, even if it never does. But I guarantee you, one thing that is consistent, winter is coming. You know what I'm saying? And that's me saying that the Lord is coming. Harvest season is coming. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Come. To the hands to sleep. Verse 11. So shall thy pardon come as one that travaileth,
Mm-hmm.
and thy want as an armed man.
You understand? So it's like you can inspire. You know what I'm saying? You can have dreams, you can have aspirations for things, right? But if you never act on those things, nothing will ever happen. You're just going to be in the same place. And then when something happens against you to move you out of the situation that you're in, now you SOL, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because not only are you being moved out of the comfort of the situation that you was in, but now you don't have no provision. You know what I'm saying? So remember, it's not a matter of if it's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen. Keep reading.
Verse 12. a naughty person, a wicked man, walking with a forward mouth. Verse 13.
Hold on. You already read 2:11. Cool, we good.
Okay.
All right, so give it back to Aaron. Let's hop back in. We stopped at 34, 35. Genesis 41 and 35.
Genesis chapter 41, verse 35. And let them gather all the food of those good years that come.
Yakuba, give me Job 32 and 8. Malachiah, give me Proverbs 2 and 6. Go ahead.
And lay up corn under the hand of Pharaoh, and let them keep food in the cities. Verse 36. And that food shall be for store to the land against the 7 years of famine, which shall be in the land of Egypt, that the land perish not through the famine. Verse 37. And the thing was good in the eyes of Pharaoh and in the eyes of all his servants.
They like, shoot, man, you gonna make me number 2 in the land? You gonna put me over all those dudes? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be over everything that's being brought in. Shoot, they're like, man, that sound. They like, y'all, that sound like a good position. Like, hell yeah, that sounds good. Because all of them thinking about themselves. They like, man, I done been 10 toes down for Pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? He gonna look out for you, boy. It's my time to shine. I'm about to come up. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Verse 38. And Pharaoh said unto his servants, can we find such one as this is, a man in whom the Spirit of God is?
The Spirit of what?
The Spirit of God is.
The Spirit of Buddha.
The Spirit of God is.
The Spirit of Allah.
The Spirit of God is.
The Spirit of Krishna.
The Spirit of God is.
You understand? So all of those are lowercase g's. You know what I'm saying? In this case, he's talking about the God that gave the vision, right? So the only one that can do that, well, let's find out who has the Spirit of God. Go ahead, read what you got. Job 32 and 8.
This is the book of Job, chapter 32, verse 8. But there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the most, of the Almighty giveth them understanding.
The Almighty does what?
Giveth them understanding.
You understand? So the only way that the Lord will give you understanding is if He's with you. All right, give it to Malachi, Proverbs 2 and 6. And let's find out how you get that understanding.
It's the book of Proverbs, 52, verse 6. For the Lord giveth wisdom, out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding.
Out of his what?
Out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding.
Go to I think it's Proverbs 1 and 1, where it says the beginning of wisdom. What does it say the beginning of wisdom is?
Fear of God. Keep his commandments.
That's it. I mean, it's about to say it. Should be in Proverbs 1. Yeah, I'm about to tell you. Proverbs 1 and 7.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
The what?
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. But fools despise wisdom.
But who despises wisdom?
But fools despise wisdom.
See, a fool will ask for you to pray for them. You understand? When they leg about to get cut off because of diabetes, when the doctor then told you to stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. You know what I'm saying? A fool will ask you to pray that they don't take their lung, but the doctor told you to stop smoking 7 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it literally says on whatever you smoke, from the attorney surgeon general, not smoking might, but will give you cancer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a fool despises wisdom. Like, oh man, that ain't gonna happen to me. But everybody that didn't smoked 2 packs, 3 packs of cigarettes a week, what did they die from? Lung cancer. You know what I'm saying? If you eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, I don't have to be a physician to tell you that you got high blood pressure, hypertension, you know what I'm saying? High cholesterol, you know what I'm saying? You're probably facing cardiac arrest, you know what I'm saying? You probably got COPD, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the Lord, he doesn't tell you these things because it's you should do it. I mean, he is telling you to do what I tell you to do, but it's so that you can live a life and live it more abundantly. You know what I'm saying? But a fool will despise wisdom. It's like if somebody come like, let's just say I'm a millionaire, right? And somebody come to me and say, "How do you become a millionaire?" And I was like, "Okay, how old are you?" You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, I'm 25. All right, get you a Roth IRA. You know what I'm saying? And for the next 15 years, put 10% of your check in your Roth IRA. It'll compound, and by the time you get ready to retire, you'll be a millionaire. They'll be like, "What? That's it?" Man, it can't be that easy. You know what I'm saying? And they just go back to doing what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget when I first graduated from college. My first job, it was a job just to have a job, but it was working at a bank. I worked for First Convenience Bank. There was this dude that would come in every other Friday, and he would deposit money in savings account. And of course, you know, as a banker, I can see his savings account. You know what I'm saying? This dude had $250,000 in his savings account. I was like, "Excuse me, sir. You know, I don't mean to be in your business. You know what I'm saying? But like, how do I get from where I am to where you are at your age with this type of savings?" You know what he told me? Every time you get paid, put some money away. You know what I'm saying? $10 turned into $100. $100 turned into $1,000. $1,000 turned to $5,000. 5,000 to 10. 10 to 100. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it compounds. If you never start saving, you'll never have a savings. You know, the average person does not have $1,000 in their bank account. Go ahead, man. Oh. But the average person does not have $1,000 in their savings account. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've got the percentage, but it's even lower, like, that you have set aside for 1 month's set of bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, a general rule of thumb is you shouldn't be out gallivanting unless you have 6 months worth of your bills set aside in your savings. If not 6, for sure 3. You know, people would be like, you know, man, $10,000, $11,000 a lot of money. No, it's not. No, it's not. Brother, when I got laid off, that paid for 3 months of bills. That paid for 3 months of bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a lot of money. You feel me? So, a fool will despise wisdom. How many times have we heard over our life, make sure you saving some money, make sure you putting something aside, put something aside for a rainy day, because what is consistent is always going to happen. It's going to rain. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just like eventually winter is going to come. All right, keep reading. Was that the end of verse 7? Was that all of it? All right, cool. All right, let's get let's see, make sure I don't need nothing else. Nah, go ahead. Aaron, 41 and 40. Malachi, get Proverbs 16 and 7. And Yakabot, Genesis 39 and 1. Yeah, let me get, yeah.
Who's that, 39?
Yeah, 39, my bad, bro.
Genesis chapter 41, verse 39.
Mm-hmm.
And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, for as much as God has shewed thee all this, there is none so discreet and wise as thou art.
You understand? So he's telling like everybody was like, man, this position sure sounds good. Yeah, and he's looking at everybody. He was like, out of all of these people that I've been paying a salary of $10,000 a month, they making $100,000 a year. Nobody could discern what I needed to be discerned at the time I needed to be discerned, and it was vexing my spirit, and it looks like it was most important. So, out of all of my counselors, none of them are as wise as you. I would be a fool not to hire you. You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 40. Thou shalt be over my house, and according unto thy word shall all my people be ruled.
You understand? So let me ask this: why did Pharaoh make Joseph over his house? Based off of what we read, think of it from a spiritual standpoint. Why did Pharaoh make Joseph over his house?
Because he was the only one that had the wisdom to interpret his dream.
Okay. Anybody else? That's a good answer. Anybody else? Malaki, read what you got. Here, Aaron, give Malaki the mic. 16 and 7.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 7. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him.
See? There you go, right there, Aaron. Right there, what you said. When you follow the will of the Lord, because I mean, hell, he was in Pharaoh's prison. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that he ain't an Egyptian. He's a Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? These are his enemies. You know what I'm saying? And him and his family then bumped heads with them on multiple occasions. You know what I'm saying? But when you're doing the right thing, your enemies will be even at peace with you. You know, I got a homeboy, Mosiah, somebody I done came up with. You know what I'm saying? We on two opposite sides of the coin. You know what I'm saying? He on the left hand path, I'm on the right hand path. You know, spiritually we ops. You know what I'm saying? But he has so much respect and admiration for me because of my consistency. You know what I'm saying? To the point, you know, I gave the example, you know, when we was all at the shrine of the Black Madonna, you know what I'm saying? You was there, you know, and Cap sat down with him. He told Cap the only reason why he was willing to sit down with him was because of the example that the good brother says whenever I see him. He is and he was talking about me. He is the embodiment of what this word says. You never know who you dealing with. You never know when it's gonna come back around full circle. You understand? Because the Lord will bring what you do in the dark to the light. So whether it's good or whether it's bad, it's gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? So this is why even when things ain't good, just keep going, bro. You know what I'm saying? Work like it's cold outside and you don't want to work in the cold. Even if it's, you know, summertime. Work like it's cold outside. You understand? Have that drive, have that desire to serve the Lord. Everything else will fall into place. I promise you. It'll be hard. It's not going to be easy. It's never easy. Never. This is probably the hardest thing you'll ever have to do in your life. Be consistent. You understand? Like, bro, like I Iron Mike, he said, do the thing that you hate like you love it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is to be a champion. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to get punched in the face. But if you want to be a martial artist, you got to get punched in the face to know how to deal with it, how to dodge it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be in a what's the thing? Nobody wants to be in a leg lock, bro. If you want to be a jiu-jitsu master, bro, you have to get put in a leg lock. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You have to experience pain, either self-inflicted or externally inflicted. Now, if you do the self-inflicted, when the external comes, it won't phase you. You're gonna be like Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Bobbing and weaving on it. Seeing it coming from a mile away. Because you didn't train for this. You were like, oh, I see you, boy. Come on. I'm ready for you. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta be. You gotta be prepared. Because famine is coming. I don't know if you've been watching the news, but famine is coming. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know what's going on at the border, but famine is coming. You understand? I don't know if you see how they moving all the stuff from the Library of Congress in DC to Colorado. Famine is coming. You know what I'm saying? I don't see if you like what just happened over there in Israel, you know, where they was gunning down that mass mob, but famine is coming. It's only a certain amount of time till what's happening over there starts happening over here. And, you know, I've been in the truth going on 9 years now. Damn, about 9 years old. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I've been saying it since I've been in the truth. What you gonna do when the lights get cut off? Bro, I'm telling you. In Houston, the lights was out for 2 days. Boys was losing their mind. People was dying in 2 days. 2 days. No power, freezing weather. People died because of stupidity. Don't turn on your goddamn car in the garage and go sit in the car and close. You die of monoxide poison because you an idiot. They're gonna be the first ones to go out. Yeah. And then after that, when all the food is gone, because remember, produce will last for 7 days, but that meat, if it ain't cooked that day, it's a wrap. So stereotypically, the average person can survive mentally 2 days without food. You know what I'm saying? That third day, they looking to rob somebody. Go ahead, support.
And it's like you know, it's so heavy the points that you bringing out. You know how people don't realize, you know, coming in this truth will get your mind and your spirit ready for those hard times to come, because it's basically designed for it.
Yeah.
Through the spirit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So like you gotta understand, like I keep telling you, it ain't a matter if. It's gonna happen. It's when. What you gonna do when the lights get cut off? You got some water. You got some water stacked up at the crib. You got some rice and beans tucked away. How about some non-perishable? You got some canned goods at the house? Do you have any type of vegetation? How about firepower? Are you able to defend yourself, your family? You have ammunition? Famine is coming, huh? Like, you need to have on your mind okay, when I get paid, okay, I need to buy a compass. When I get paid this time, I'm gonna buy some MRE. When I get paid this time, I'll buy some ammunition. Oh, I don't got a gun. Let me put 2 checks aside. Let me at least go get a pistol. A shotgun, $200. You know what I'm saying? Oh, dang, I gotta have 1,000 rounds for whatever weapon I have. Minimal. Minimal. A mag ain't gonna do it, brother. Brother, you go through a mag like that. You know what I'm saying? Like cops, when they go out to the field, they have 3 mags for each weapon. You know what I'm saying? Do you have armor to protect yourself? Do you have tactical boots? Do you have go bag? Do you have first aid kit? You know what I'm saying? Famine is coming. How are you preparing? See, like Sapar said, being in the truth will prepare you mentally and spiritually. Because I guarantee you, nobody in the world is thinking about that. Nobody. They thinking about Glorilla Cuban on Cuban. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's thinking about that, and they're praying that you stay distracted, because when them lights go out, you can't call the police. You can't call the fire department. Hospital's going to be closed because there's no power. Or if they do have emergency power, they're going to have their doors locked because their priority is keeping the patients alive that they have in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have to fend for yourself. This is a position that Pharaoh's putting Joseph in to take care of his people. Oh, give me what I asked for. What was it? Genesis what?
39:1.
Go ahead.
This is Genesis chapter 39, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Joseph was brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, an Egyptian, bought him of the hands of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down to them. Verse 2. And the Lord was with Joseph.
And the what?
And the Lord was with Joseph. And he was prosperous. It's like he was a prosperous man. And he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian.
Verse 3.
Verse 3. And his master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did to prosper in
Verse
his
4.
hands. Verse 4. And Joseph found grace in his sight, and he served him, and he made him overseer.
Drop down 21.
Drop down 21. This book of Genesis, chapter 39.
Read verse 20 first.
This book of Genesis, chapter 39, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Joseph's master took him and put him into the prison, a place where the king's prisoners were bound.
Mm-hmm.
And he was there in the prison. But the Lord, verse 21, but the Lord was with Joseph,
mm-hmm.
and showed him mercy,
mm-hmm.
and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 22, and the keeper of the prison committed to Joseph's hands all the prisoners that were in the prison.
All right. So when Joseph was sold into slavery, what happened? You just read it. When Joseph was sold into slavery, and Potiphar bought him, what happened?
He served Potiphar.
Okay. And when he served Potiphar, what happened?
He went to prison.
No. What happened when he was sold into slavery?
The Lord was with him, and the Lord was with him, and he found grace in the sight of his master.
Okay. Ain't that the same master that threw him into prison?
Okay.
When he went to prison, what happened?
Oh, he got made. He got
Why?
Run of all hands.
Why?
Because the Lord was with him.
Okay, so and while he was in prison, Pharaoh called him out of the tombs, and none of these other people were able to interpret his dream, and Pharaoh made him second under him in charge over all the land because of what?
Because the Lord was with him.
Right. So what is the most consistent thing over all of these situations?
The Lord was with him.
So why are you worried about the small, trivial, materialistic things that are taken away from you in your life? That's going to happen. You're going to lose. You're going to take a major L in life. It's going to happen. It's not a matter of if, but when. It's called a famine. You understand? You're going to take major L's in life. Somebody's going to betray you. Somebody gonna steal from you. You understand? You're gonna get looked over on opportunities. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be overworked, underappreciated. You understand? Like, it's going to happen. You're going to get a car repo. It's going to happen. Your credit is going to be bad. It's going to happen. You understand? You're going to get evicted. It's going to happen. You understand? You might have to go back and live at your mom's house. I know I did. It's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's going to happen. It's not a matter of if, it's when. So if you prepare like something's going to happen, when it happens, you won't be fazed by it. Like, bro, when stuff happens now, I don't get mad. I laugh at it. I was like, boy, say you cold, man. Boy, I started talking to him. I was like, you a bad boy, man. You know what I'm saying? That was a good one. That was a good one. You almost have it. He like, You know what I'm saying? You know, and y'all can laugh at it. Because I'm telling you, bro, Satan cold at his job, bro. You can either laugh at the pain that's trying to be inflicted, or you can just be unhappy all of your life. This is gonna happen. And 9 times out of 10, when you go through painful situations, they funny stories later on in your life. It's crazy how you can laugh at your pain when you get older, but when you was going through it, it wasn't funny. You know what I'm saying? It's not a matter of if, but when. It's going to happen. Have in your mind, ooh, it's too good right now. You need to be looking around, looking under stuff. What's going on? You need to be looking for something wrong, like it's like you know it's a roach in your house. Like I saw him the other day. I ain't kill him. I know he's somewhere in here. You know what I'm saying? And before you know it, you're gonna be sleeping. You're gonna feel something on your face, and you're gonna slap yourself in your sleep. You know what I'm saying? You're like, he got away again. You know what I'm saying? It's not about it, bro. Life is like roaches. One day you're gonna get them. But what you gonna do? You gonna freak out? You know what I'm saying? Or you gonna get them slides and start sliding? You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You gotta be prepared. You know, they done got cold. They got the electrical smasher now. Cause like, so just in case they don't die when you hit them, if you touch them, it shock them. Just like the electrical fly swatter, they got one for roaches now.
What?
Yeah. I'm gonna get one of them hoes. I'm gonna call it Silk the Shocker. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, you gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared, man. Famine is the most consistent thing in life because life is about seasons. You have to downsize and you have to dwindle down. For the most important thing, so you can focus. Because when you have a lot of things, what happens? You get distracted. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got all of these things going on, all of these gadgets and all this stuff, but you're not focused on what's important and what you need to do. Save. You know what I'm saying? Put up a storehouse. Whatever it is that you into, prepare for it. You know, if you want to do animation, you know, start storyboarding. If you wanna do a video game, I mean, you can watch YouTube and stuff like that. Find out what software you need. Start putting money aside for the software that you need. Start doing little sketches. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You wanna dabble in real estate. Go to school, get your real estate license. You know what I'm saying? You wanna be a property manager. Read you some books on property management, flipping properties. You have to prepare for the position as if you have it. You understand? Because what happens if you're a property manager, you know what I'm saying, and you misappropriating the funds that the person is giving you, and they say my AC out. Now I can tell you air conditioning, I mean, to do everything, a brand new AC unit, you know, the one the outside when it upstairs is gonna run you about $3,000. But when your tenant been paying you all this money, you didn't went to Cabo, back door, you didn't went to France, and then back door, you in Bali, you know what I'm saying? And you not putting aside stuff for incidentals. When incidental happens, man, now the tenant can sue you because you a slumlord. Because you weren't preparing for the family. I mean, hell, we've all been tenants at an apartment, right? How many times you didn't go? Look, in last month alone, we called that office at least 5 times. The microwave handle broke. You know what I'm saying? The fluorescent light bulb went out in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? The sink stopped up. The fan broke. You know what I'm saying? Like that's 4 calls in 1 month. That's a 1 call per week average. Now multiply that times 300 units. Brother, I'm gonna start praying for the maintenance man at the apartment complex. Because they handle it with grace. So that's the mindset that you gotta have. When you are a owner, when you are a ruler, it's hard, bro. Because you last. Everybody else gotta be taken care of before you get taken care of. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure that your employees are taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Your business can make $100,000 a year and you be broke. That's what it is to be in charge. If the business is running and everybody's paying, you know, payroll and paid out, insurance has been paid out, and all that's left is enough for some rice and beans and rice, so be it. But you got to be able to be trusted to be a good steward over the small things before the Lord to give you something greater. Joseph was a great steward. When he was in his father's house, he followed orders. When he got kidnapped and sold into slavery, he followed orders. When he was falsely accused and imprisoned, he followed orders. Now, he been rose up to the highest office in the land under being a pharaoh. The only person that's over him is Pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about you, but that's a pretty good position to be in. But look at all the hell he had to go through to get it. See, when you be watching these interviews and you see all these people in the movies and you see LeBron or whoever playing basketball or whoever on the football field, you know, you be like, man, I could do that. Can you? Can you not go out to the movies and go hang out at parties with your friends and miss holidays, and because that's what they did. You want to know why? Because they were training. They were trained as if they were playing in the NFL at 5. Floyd been boxing since he was 5. He lost in the Olympics. He never lost as a pro. Because he was prepared. You know what I'm saying? And even when you a pro, it don't mean that you're not going to take L's. You gonna lose, but how do you handle the loss? Do you put your head down and go in the corner and disappear? Or do you go back to the drawing board and see what we can learn? What can I improve on? How did he beat me? What did I lack in that he was better at? What was he able to exploit in my defense? How do I cover that shame? How do I get strength here? I know these are the things that I did well, but how did I lose on these points? Are you willing to do that? If you're not going to be successful. You're going to continue to lose in life. It's hardball. It's a gridiron. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to it, man. We at what, 41? Yeah, 41. No, we at 41. Yeah, because you said you're gonna be over my whole house. Oh, you're right, we at 40. Yeah.
Genesis chapter 41, verse 40. Thou shalt be over my house, and according unto thy word shall all my people be ruled. Only in the throne will I be greater than thou.
Now, imagine this, right? Now, what he say you gonna be over? Say that again.
Only in the throne will I be greater than thou.
But he said, thou shalt be over my house, and according to thy word, and all my people, right? Is Potiphar one of his people? Ain't Potiphar the one that threw him in jail? Now imagine you showing up to work, you know what I'm saying, in the palace, and you seeing excuse me, I was about to say the word. It's like I was about to say it. I was about to get his kicked down on YouTube. I was about to get the video taken down. But you see the dude that you put in prison for your wife lying. And now you got to call him sir. And you was his master. What the Christians say, won't he do it? But that's how it happened. You know what I'm saying? People that do you wrong, the Lord will bring it back full circle to where it'll be a situation to where they'll end up needing you. You'll be in a position of authority, and then they'll be like, hey, man. They be like, hey, man, what's going on? It's good to see you. How you been? And it's rough out here. Why? It was rough for me, too. Yeah. I've been right where you been. You know what I'm saying? But it's how you handle it. Because the Lord will bring a situation that caused you heartache and pain right back around to your door to see will you cause the same heartache and pain. Because you got to understand, it's already humiliating enough that person that did you wrong got to come to you and ask you for something. That's what the scripture calls reaping coals of fire upon their forehead. For somebody that literally hated you, did whatever they could to get you out the way so that they can be above you or take what you got or get in your position. You know what I'm saying? Now, when they come back full circle, they got to come and ask you for help. And mind you, it ain't just going to be Potiphar. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be his brothers too. It's going to be his daddy, his mother-in-law. Everybody that called him crazy when the Lord was talking to him. Imagine how many people then called you crazy coming into the truth. But when that sky crack open, you ain't going to be looking too crazy. When all the stuff that you said was going to happen and that we was prophesying about that was going to happen on those street corners, they're going to be like, where them brothers that was on the street corner? I need to come to their school. Anybody remember? Anybody still got that flyer? It's over with. And you know what's crazy? 5 years ago, General Muhammad said it's going to be a time where Commanding General YAHANNA gives the order for us to stop going to camp. It's happened. And dudes that I used to, you know, they used to give us a hard time at camp. It's one that stay in our apartment complex. People like, man, y'all still be down there preaching good, man. Where y'all school at? And I gotta come over there, man. Man, but life been hard, man. I just got out of jail. Baby, my line? You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a time where people will look for the gospel. You want to know why? Because people are going to need hope. The Lord is going to take it out of the world. Scripture says it's going to be so bad that you're going to long for companionship. It's going to be so many people dead that you're going to feel like you the last person on the face of the earth. When it's not, you're not, but the next person, like you in Texas, the next person is in Louisiana. Or you in Missouri City, but the close person that's alive is in Wallaceville on the north side by North Shore. You gonna feel like you the last person on the face of the earth. You know the odds that it would have to be for y'all to randomly run into each other. You in Mo City, they over there in North Shore. You know how you know the odds? It's like 1 in a million that y'all will run into each other. That's what the scripture said. That's how bad it'll be that you will long to hear another person's voice. That's why it said that when he takes the word out, people, they're going to long for the gospel because they're going to long for hope. Because that's what the word of God gives. It gives us hope. It gives us the strength and the unsurpassing faith to keep going. I mean, hey, you ain't going to be able to find a Bible. What if it's like the book of Eli, you know what I'm saying, where a whole generation dang on near get wiped out, and the generation that's under them, all of them are literate and can't read. What's the point of all of these books? Instead of trying to read the books, they're going to be burning them to try and stay warm.
Yeah,
and using them as toilet paper. It's going to be like it was back in the olden days. Only the ruling class was the only ones that were literate and educated. All the peasants and underclass. That's why going to church was such a great thing back in the day, because you would be able to hear the word of God because you couldn't read it because you were illiterate. But look at it in this day and age. You can literally look it up on your phone, but you don't read it. You go to school. You know, back then they couldn't go to school. You had to go work. you know, at your mama's stand or your daddy's stand. You know, you had to whatever your daddy did, that's what you did. If he was a blacksmith, you was a blacksmith. You know what I'm saying? If he worked in the stables, you worked in the stables. You know, if he was a baker, you was a baker. Your whole life, you trained to be a baker. There wasn't no reading in that. You know, you learn how to fold this dough. You know what I'm saying? But with all of these things at your disposal, you don't prepare for the famine and stuff. And this book is literally in the last book of the Bible, it's telling you when it's coming. But you think it's a game. You think it's a joke. Good night, brother. Go ahead, Aaron. Keep reading, man.
Genesis chapter 41, verse 41.
Oh, somebody give me Proverbs 16. No, I already asked for that. No, Proverbs 13 and 22. Oh, look, I just said it. Somebody give me Malaki, you was already in Proverbs. Give me Proverbs 13 and 22. And then Yakubah, give me Revelations 3 and 9. Since we on the subject matter talking about the end of the book. Go ahead, Malaki. Give me Proverbs 13 and 22.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children.
Say that one more time.
A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children.
His children.
His children's children.
Do you even have an inheritance for your kids? Do you have something to leave your kids? Besides debt. Because you know, whatever you owed on that house, when you die, your kids got to pay it, right? That's debt. I don't know if you know, but debt is slavery. You do know that, right? You know, back, and we gonna find out about this in the next chapter. I thought we was in 42, but we in 41. But you know what? Does anybody know what prison is? I just want to ask a quick question. Why are there prisons? Does anybody know? It's for what?
It's for debts at first, right?
No. Why are there prisons today?
Oh, make people money.
Okay, how do they make money?
They make money off of like a company called I.S.U.P.K or something like that. Everything that.
But how is the money generated?
Oh, because the bodies that are in prison.
How?
Labor, hard labor and things. But do they make things for the conglomerate?
That's a what you say? Get that brother in. Get that brother in. You understand? Every offense that you have, there's a bond that is equivalent for it. If you can't pay that bond, you go to prison. Prisons they used to be called debtors' prisons. I'll give you a prime example. If you got $10,000, you can get out of a DUI. That's how much it costs to get out of a DUI. It costs $10,000. I know because I got a homeboy that had 3 of them. It will cost you $10,000. If you got $10,000 put away, you'll never go to jail. It won't go on. Well, after the 3rd one, they'll take your license. But you got $10,000, you'll get out of a DUI.
That's right.
If you don't, you'll go to jail. You go to prison.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Does anybody know what a minimum life insurance policy is?
Minimum?
Yeah.
You need $400,000.
If you murder someone, do you have $400,000?
Nah.
That's how much you have to pay in restitution.
Boy.
You understand now? And how much do you make in prison?
70 cents an hour or something.
Now you understand why you get life in prison. So, because how would you be able to pay $400,000 making 17 cents a day or 75 cents a day? That's why you get life in prison. because that's the day wage that you get working in prison. But they make triple that on the bond that they took out to put you in debtor's prison, because they can pay the $400,000. Okay, let me buy his bond. His bond is $500,000. I'll buy the bond, and I'm going to insure the bond, and I'm gonna put it back on the stock market. And how long is his sentence? Okay, he got 35 years for the murder. So I'll probably be able to get 17 years as far as investment off of the bond that I initially made. Okay, so compound interest, minimum compound interest is 3.5. Somebody multiply 3.5 times 500,000 and see what you get. 3.5 times 500,000. That's a minimum compounded interest.
5,700,000.
1,750,000.
So off of yeah. So off of 500,000, right? That I paid, I done made $1 million. That's crazy, all right? And compound that by the amount of bodies that are in prison. That's ridiculous. That is a ridiculous, insane number. But we just did the math. You know what I'm saying? Prison, if you're in debt, you are a slave. Period. And if you can't afford to pay your debts, you go to prison. That's why if you go to a restaurant and you can't pay your bill, what they make you do?
Watch the video.
Right. Because you gotta make up the difference. If not, I mean the option, you can go to jail. Either way, I'm gonna get restitution. What you got?
Asked is off because it's in 2021, and it said there were 1.20 million people in prison in 2021.
Brother.
Like you said.
And I don't think you can go to prison for serving anything less than a 5-year sentence. Is that I think that's correct, right? Like, bro. Like, they are winning. You understand? This is why it is important for you to work to be free. Well, how do you be free, officer? Times of dark? Well, first and foremost, you gotta fear the Lord to get wisdom, right? And through wisdom, you can get commodities. That's the only thing that's worth. Real estate, livestock, gold and silver. That's it. You don't have that, you in debt, you a slave. But guess what? You can work to get your freedom. But you're not gonna get it being a sluggard. You gotta be like the ant. You gotta prepare for the famine that's coming. You understand? Right. All right. What was the other? Oh, Revelations 2:9. 2:9. 3:9. And you're gonna read the 10.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan,
Mm-hmm.
who say they are Jews, and are not,
Mm-hmm.
but do lie.
Mhm.
Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet.
So first thing you gotta understand, in these end times, there are perpetrators. You understand? That's a double entendre. There are people perpetrating to be you. They're perpetrating so they can steal your covenant, right? There are also people that are perpetrating to be holy that are not. You understand? And they treat you like dog doo-doo at the bottom of a boot to be wiped off and discarded. You understand? There are perpetrators that are trying to seek to devour your inheritance because they feel that there's no restitution, no reciprocity that they'll have to pay for the evil that they've done in this earth. Keep reading.
And to know that I have loved thee.
You understand? The Lord is going to make them come and bow down to you. So, because right now they think that nobody loves Blacks, Hispanics, or Native Americans. They can just get treated any kind of way and talk to any kind of way, and there's no repercussions for what you do. That's why, I say it all the time. Philando, Alton, Trayvon, you know what I'm saying? Sandra. I say these names all the time, so I never forget. I just run them down every day, so I never forget. You understand? Emmett, you understand? Say these names all the time, so I never forget. Because they got away with it. That white woman on her deathbed was because she wanted to free up her soul, admitted that she lied and got Emmett Till killed, thinking that would save her soul. Oh, you got another thing coming. Because the Lord says, don't fear those that can kill the body. Fear the one that can kill the body and the soul in hell. Because hell, well, wait till next week. Well, I got some Black's Law Dictionary definitions for y'all. Y'all gonna find out what hell is. You understand? They would have you believe that hell is, well, it is underground. That's gonna be next week. We're gonna get to it. All right, keep reading. Read verse 10.
Okay.
And then we're gonna breeze through the last of these verses so we can be done with 41. Go ahead.
This is Revelations chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience,
Mm-hmm.
I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation,
Mm-hmm.
which shall come upon all the world,
Mm-hmm.
to try them that dwell upon the earth.
You understand? It's coming. He just told you it's coming. The whole earth is about to get tried. It's going to be the biggest test. Everybody got the final exam. And a whole bunch of people going to fail because they haven't been preparing. They haven't been training. See, you're not tested when things are good. Even though things might seem dim now, they're not so great, but they're going to get a lot worse. And if you can't be righteous over these minute matters now, because, the problem that you're having right now is small. Try having to find a fresh source of water in the wilderness. That's a hard task. You ever had to dig a well before? It's a hard task, Doc. You ever had to redirect the flow of a river to where y'all at? That's a lot of digging. It's hard work, Doc. So y'all can have fresh water. You understand? Time's about to get hard. I'm telling you, boy, people gonna be drinking swimming pool water. You understand? I'm trying to tell you. That swimming pool water only gonna be good for about 7 days, and that algae spore is gonna start sporing in that water. You know how to clean water to make it drinkable. That was basic biology class in high school. You know, you got your sand, your gravel, your charcoal, and you run it through it a whole bunch of times till the water gets somewhat clear, and then you boil it. You know, the average person doesn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Most important part. Do you know how to make charcoal? Anybody? I'm just gonna ask. Does anybody here know how to make charcoal? You don't know how to make charcoal? You for real? Y'all know how to make charcoal for real? Well, y'all ain't never been around y'all uncle's barbecue, huh? You ain't never been around Ron. What Ron be doing when he be having that metal thing right there? What be in there?
Charcoal.
No, it ain't charcoal that be in there.
Sometimes it be wood.
It is wood. But what happens when you burn wood? It turns to what?
Coal. So
it turns to charcoal.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you make charcoal.
Oh, okay.
It's burned matter. That's how you make charcoal. You learned something today. Find you some wood, burn it. You understand? That's charcoal. You got charcoal. That's the base to make clean water. You need charcoal to make clean water, brother. Learn something today. Learn how to survive today, brother. Find you some sand, find you some gravel, burn you some wood. Whenever you come across, and look, and I'm telling you, this is the science experiment. You get your a 2-liter bottle, you understand, and you poke holes at the bottom of the cap, right? And you flip it upside down. You cut the bottom part off of it. You do charcoal, or you do sand at the bottom, gravel, charcoal. You just keep running water through it. Keep running water through it. They would. I remember the experiment at the Ridge. They put all types of random stuff in the water to make it black and all types of stuff. You had to keep running it through it to make it as clear as possible. Like, I think we did it like 10 times. You know what I'm saying? And you start off with a beaker filled with water. By the time you ran through it a couple times, you got that much clean water, and then you got to boil it. Does anybody know how to make distilled water?
Vapor.
It's what?
Vapor.
Brother, I'm proud of it. Get it, brother, hand. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get distilled water. That's also clean drinking water. Gotta learn how to survive, y'all. Get y'all some fishing poles. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, get you some fishing poles. You'll learn how to gut. Because if not, you ain't gonna eat. You know, if for y'all in the world, you don't know how to provide food, your woman gonna leave you. That's a for sure. You know what I'm saying? The country boys gonna be looking mighty fine then. All right, man, let's roll through it, man.
Genesis chapter 41, verse 41.
Go ahead and drop to 46.
Genesis chapter 41, verse 46.
Oh, no. Go ahead and yeah, go ahead and read 42. I'm sorry, read 42.
Genesis chapter 41, verse 42.
Mm-hmm.
And Pharaoh took off his ring from his hand and put it upon Joseph's hand and arrayed him in vestures of fine linen and put a gold chain about his neck. Verse 43. And he made him to ride in the second chariot which he had, and they cried before him, bow the knee, and he made him ruler over all the land of Egypt.
Boy, imagine in that crowd, Potiphar like, I got to kneel before this Negro. Damn. You know what I'm saying? The Lord will make your enemies kneel before you. Didn't we just read that? Make them bow and worship. What did the Targaryen say in Game of Thrones? Bend the knee. He was like, what do you want? You know what I want. Bend the knee. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just like you told me, bend the knee. Yeah. I need that knee. I need you humble, brother. You know how you told me. Yeah. I need you to bend the knee out. You understand? You know, you try to embarrass me and humble me. You know, I mean, if you want me to show you love, I need the knee. You know what I'm saying? It's only right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You read what you sow, baby. Keep reading.
Verse 44. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I am Pharaoh, and without thee shall no man lift up his hand or foot in all the land of Egypt.
Good night, bro. Pharaoh said, welcome to Death Row Records. Go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 45. And Pharaoh called Joseph's name Zaphnath-Paaneah, and he gave him to wife Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, priest of On. And Joseph went out over all the land of Egypt.
Brother, now I ain't gonna lie. When I first read it, I was like, boy, Pharaoh, cold piece of work. I thought he gave Joseph Potiphar's daughter that threw him in prison. I was about to be like, God, dog, bro. That's cold blooded. You know what I'm saying? But no, it ain't the same person. Yeah. That'd have been a cold piece of work. Keep reading.
Verse 46. And Joseph was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
Now, when I forgot who asked the question 2 weeks ago. I think it was nephew. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was 30 years old, bro. He done been in prison and did a bid, bro. Came out a king. That's what happened when you stand 10 toes down, bro. But you got to think to yourself, are you willing to get kidnapped, accused of rape, and thrown in prison to be a king? Most people would be like, hell no. Or they'll say, yeah, but that sounds good. It saying, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, until you facing them charges. So you got a dude that want to kill you because he think you done raped his wife, or until you duct taped and tied up in a trunk of a truck. You know what I'm saying? It ain't cool. It ain't. I promise you it wasn't fun for Joseph. Joseph felt abandoned, alone, ostracized from his family. Like, imagine the thoughts that he had about his father, about his brothers. You know what I'm saying? But through all of that, he kept hope. Keep reading.
And Joseph went out from the presence of Pharaoh and went throughout all the land of Egypt. Verse 47. And in the 7 plenteous years, the earth brought forth by handfuls. Verse 48. And he gathered up all the food of the 7 years.
Yahweh, give me Hebrews 6 and 10. Keep reading.
Which were in the land of Egypt, and laid up the food in the cities, the food of the field, which was round about every city, laid he up in the same. Verse 49. And Joseph gathered corn as the sand of the sea, very much, until he left numbering, for it was without number.
Bro. Corn like it was the sand of the sea, bro. You know how much corn that is, dog? You ever seen that the intro to DuckTales? You know, when they in the vault, you know what I'm saying? In the intro, you know, my summer mystery goes down in history, DuckTales. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? But imagine all that gold that was in Scrooge's vault. You couldn't even count it. That's corn. You know what I'm saying? Brother said it was so much corn. He's like, I'm not counting no more. You know what I'm saying? It's just like in a drug game. Like, you know, when you get to a certain status in the drug game, you can't count no more. You just gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? You know, if it hit the scarce amount, it's $500,000. You know what I'm saying? It was $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Because it literally is a job to count money all day. You know what I'm saying? Like you literally gotta pay people to count money. You know what I'm saying? Like brother's like, look, man, I didn't counted this coin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not counting no more. Joseph, it's gonna take me 3 months to count all of this corn, man. And they still bringing corn. I'm not doing it no more, bro. The last tally was a billion ears of corn, man. It's gonna take 3. No, I'm not doing it. Look, you know we got $1 billion. Okay, and they still bringing stuff in. Okay, I ain't doing it no more, Joseph. Get somebody else to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of counting corn. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Call me the colonel, God. You feel me? Keep reading.
Verse 50. And unto Joseph were born 2 sons before the years of famine came, which Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, priest of On, bare unto him.
Hold on, I want to see. Let me see something. This is Genesis 41:50. Let me pull up the Strong's real quick. I want to see something. See if my assumption is correct. Interesting. All right, keep reading. Read verse 51 and then read Hebrews for me, Yaakov.
Verse 51. And Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh. For God, said he, hath made me forget all my toil and all my father's house.
And what?
And all my father's house.
He was like, man, F them Negroes. You know what I'm saying? I think when he left his father, I think we looked at, he was like 19 or something like that. So from 19 years old to 30, that boy that went through hell and thought his family was gonna come for him. He finally bros up. He's like, man, F them Negroes. You know what I'm saying? Read what I asked for you. Read what I asked for in Hebrews.
Come on. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 6, verse 10. For God is not unrighteous to forget your work.
To do what?
To forget your work and labor of love.
You understand? Is that all of it? Go ahead.
Which ye have showed towards his name, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister.
Like, bro, like, imagine the work that you do for the Lord like a spiritual savings account, right? The more work you do, you're accruing 3.5 interest. You know what I'm saying? Because soon enough, you're gonna have to draw from your spiritual 401k. You know what I'm saying? Because you might need to get a car, might need to get a house. You know what I'm saying? You might need to help a family member. You know what I'm saying? You might have some type of emergency. You know what I'm saying? You might have a life-threatening disease. You know what I'm saying? You gotta build up your spiritual savings account. Like it don't work like, okay, I'm in the truth. Lord, I want a house. The Lord is not a genie. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Christian church would have you believe. You know, put your name on it and claim it. You know, imagine going to knock on somebody's house. Like, look, I told the Lord I want this house. Give me the house. What? Hello, dispatch. I need HPD. You know what I'm saying? You going to jail. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta build up your spiritual savings account. Right? You gotta be a good steward over the small things. You gotta prove yourself. Like, let's see, what's so for a lack of a better word, for 11 years, Joseph went through hell. For 11 years, and he didn't fold, he didn't crumble, not one time. And essentially, he became a king. Pharaoh said, the only person greater than you is me, nigga. It's like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, anybody come at you wrong, you let me know. They going where you came from. Debtor's prison. Because I'm trying to save my kingdom. They trying to talk to me about a job. You know what I'm saying? Read what you got. Oh, that was it? That was it. All right, cool. All right, let's read these last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 verses, Aaron, and get up out of here.
Verse 52. Mm-hmm. And the name of the second called he Ephraim, for God hath caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. Mm-hmm. Verse 53. And the 7 years of plenteousness that was in the land of Egypt were ended. Verse 54. And the 7 years of dearth began to come, according as Joseph had said, and the dearth was all in the lands, but in the land of Egypt there was bread. Mm-hmm. Verse 55. And when all the land of Egypt was famished, the people cried to Pharaoh for bread. Mm-hmm. And Pharaoh said unto all the Egyptians, go unto Joseph, what he saith to you, do.
Now, this is so heavy right here. You know what I'm saying? This is why it's important for you not to lie on your application when you apply for a job. You understand? Imagine you apply for a job, you know what I'm saying, for the chief financial officer of a corporation, and you didn't build up your resume. I was an accountant. You know what I'm saying, for Fidelity. I was the chief manager for whatever firm on Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? I done ran books for Fortune 500 companies. You know what I'm saying? I got you. You know what I'm saying? And now Google hires you to be the CFO. And now we got a litigation coming in from the FBI where we got to go sit before a tribunal and give account for our financial records. I mean, that $300,000 a year salary was good for the past 7 years, wasn't it? You know what I'm saying? What's 3 times 7?
21.
That's $2.1 million. It's time to settle up. Imagine if Pharaoh told Joseph, I need you, I'm gonna make you second in charge over all the land. You don't got nobody to answer to but me. I just need you to make sure that we good after these 7 years. 7 years come, they come complain to Pharaoh. Pharaoh said, what you coming to me for? Go talk to Joseph. They come to Joseph and tell Joseph, man, it's bad out here, bro. We need food. And Joseph be like, what food? Well, you gonna die. I mean, we gonna die, but for sure, you gonna die. You know what I'm saying? You thought what I did to the chief baker was bad, brother? We gonna play soccer with your head. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? This is why it's not. I mean, it's a joke, but it's not a laughing matter. Don't lie on your application. If you're not qualified, tell them you're not qualified. You know, if they call you for you apply for the job, they call you for the interview anyway. Look, I know this job calls for this. I ain't never done this before. Now I can do this, and this. If you train me, I can do this too. But don't go in that position saying that you've been doing something for 10 years and you've been watching it on YouTube. That's what some of y'all do. Y'all YouTube scholars. You know what I'm saying? You know, DIY. You know what I'm saying? And then when you go in there to actually, you know, put your DIY to work, it don't work. Because people that's been doing DIY, I promise you they've been doing it for years. It's trying to show you how to do it at your house. They've been doing it for years. All right, keep reading.
Verse 56. And the famine was over all the face of the earth. Mm-hmm. And Joseph opened all the storehouses and sold unto the Egyptians. And the famine waxed sore in the land of Egypt. Mm-hmm. Verse 57. And all countries came into Egypt to Joseph for to buy corn, because that the famine was so sore in all lands.
Look, I'm trying to tell you, brother. Buy you some sacks of rice, man. Buy you some dried beans. I don't know if you know about beans, whether you eat them or not. Guess what? You can grow them. One bean, you put that in the ground, you can eat for a while. But get your 50-pound sack of rice, man. So it's only $35. I mean, when there ain't no food out here, rice and beans gonna be like steak. I'm trying to tell you. You know, they said everybody across the world, the known world, came to Egypt for corn. Not for cattle, you know what I'm saying? Not for steaks, for corn. That's how bad it got out. Because don't forget, because you got all this livestock. Guess what they need? They need to eat too. Corn. We all eating corn. We all pooping out whole cornels. We like the children of Israel in the wilderness, brother. We eating so many doggone pigeons. It's coming out the ear. You know what I'm saying? You may be sick of beans and rice, but guess what? You alive. You nourished. I know you probably breaking wind kind of crazy, but you alive. You not dying. You gotta humble yourself. We know you used to filet mignon, your tomahawk steaks. All we got is hamburger helper. Man, y'all don't got no Swedish meatballs. We got hamburger helper. Man, y'all don't got no fajitas. We got hamburger help.
But we do got the 3 cheese macaroni.
And hamburger help. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell y'all be cracking jokes at these vegans, but the vegans they gonna be all right. They know how to go without. They know how to make a whole bunch of stuff out of nothing.
Yeah.
These vegans today, they creative, bro. I done learned some stuff. You feel me? But the moral of the lesson, winter is coming. In life, there will always be a famine. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Prepare. All right? With that, we're going to say Amajim, which means to stand. Sar, which means to turn. We're going to face the east. You're going to say the Lord's Prayer first in Hebrew, then in English. Repeat after me. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Wadad. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malak with Ka. Taba'ah. Ratazayaka. Hayah. Aisha. Baratazah. Kawa. Hayah. Bashemayim. Nathan now. Lacham. Call. Yawam. Wasalak now. Kabawak now. Kasalak now, Kabawak now, Wala'ah, Tabi'ai now, Banasaya 1, Abal, Hawashai now, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Lakub, Hamalakwa, Wahala, Wahata Para, La'awalumium, Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Sar, turn to face the front. We'll give a courtesy salute to the brothers and to the sister. Ben Israel, Mighty Shabbat, Majid, Rock, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shah, Brakatah, Yadmatah, Sar, turn to face the sister. Ben Israel, Mighty Shabbat, Majid, Rock, Yahweh Shema, Bashim, Yahweh Shah, Yadmatah, dismiss.